I am back, thankfully, with every miracle in the world going. Let's start at the beginning. A week ago, my channel was hacked. In fact, my whole Google was hacked. My channel got changed into a Bitcoin channel, and then it got deleted by YouTube, who banned me then from YouTube forever. Now, how did it happen? Now, I think I am quite savvy when it comes to not being hacked. However, I'm obviously not. Now, this is how they trick me. A week ago on my last video, which was the one that was called Field of Dreams, the first 10 seconds of it got flagged as being copyrighted music, meaning music that I'm not allowed to use. I opened a dispute. With YouTube about the copyrighted music. And it said it would get back to me within 30 days with the outcome. Okay, are you with me? But a week later, I received an email from Google and it said copyright outcome. Okay, so I looked at it, I had a Word document with the outcome written on it. So I tried to click the Word document and it said to read it, I had to log into Google Drive or Google Docs, I'm not sure, I think it was one of those two. So I put my name in and I put my password in and it still won't open. Now there you're seeing. Now, I didn't suspect that for a second because the timing was perfect. Everything was perfect about it. You know, how they knew that I had a dispute going, I don't know. So, anyway, what happened next? I'm upstairs and all of a sudden my mobile closed down, which I thought was a bit strange. Next thing happened was somebody told me on Facebook, they said, Dawn, what's happened to your channel? So I thought, well, that's strange. So I tried to put my mobile, plugged it in to get some charge, switched it on, and my phone had been completely wiped. There was nothing on it. It was like it was brand new out of a box. I had no pictures, no phone numbers. It wouldn't even let me do anything until I'd made a Google account. It was like it was brand new. So I ran downstairs. Then I knew I'd had to get my head together. I was looking at my channel as this rushing thing, couldn't do anything, couldn't log on to Google, couldn't access anything. And I just had a little mini meltdown, as you can imagine. And then about 12 o'clock, so this is about 3 hours later, I thought, oh, I've got you know, as well as two-step verification, which they managed to get past, I had an additional email, which, you know, was like a backup email. So I sent this thing to this backup email for a login code. Went to the other email, found the login code, got it, and managed to get my account back. Now, the very strange thing about this, I mean, obviously I didn't get my YouTube back because by this time it'd been took off YouTube by YouTube. But I'd got my Google account back. Now, I want to go through these steps with you now and just have a look at these because they're very, very strange. I only got this information because I got my Google account back and it was all in my emails. But this is what they did in 3 minutes. Okay? As I said before, recovery phone deleted. Next, signing in with two-step verification turned off. Next, recovery email changed to this new one from my old one. Then it was recovery phone added with a new phone number. Password was then changed for the whole account. Signing in with two-step verification then was turned on with their phone. And then they did a sign-in step with an authenticator app. I'm not sure what that is, but that's what they did in 3 minutes. Now, the thing that's puzzling me to this day, as you can see what I just showed you before, the second thing they did after deleting my apps was change my recovery email address. So how I managed to work that 3 hours later and get the code is a mystery. I think there must have been something working for me because I feel like it's some sort of miracle. I mean, how did that happen? So I had to then ring the bank up and the fraud because I had Google Pay and everything else. I had to have all my bank accounts cancelled, even though I was going away. And then I just changed the passwords on everything and was left with a Google account, good, but no YouTube channel. Now, anybody out there that's a YouTuber will know the pain that I felt. I mean, that's been 8 years of hard work. And it's not only all my memories and everything else, it's everything that goes with it. I've put so much time and effort into that YouTube channel. So the next thing I had to do then was try and get the YouTube channel back. Now, I was lucky that I'd managed to get my Google account back. So, I mean, that was one little step. But there's a YouTube support on Twitter, which somebody had told me it was the easiest way to get an answer. So I'd messaged them on Twitter and explained. And the guy sent me a DM. And he sent me a form to fill in. And this form was about compromised YouTube channels, which was perfect. So when I came to fill the form in, and this is what I want you to listen to now, it's very important. The thing what they wanted on the form was, firstly, the URL of my channel. Well, obviously, I couldn't see it because I had no channel. Because I didn't have my channel, I couldn't look at the original URL, and the only ones that I had saved were on posts that I'd done, which was my custom one, which if you've got so many subscribers, you're allowed to change the name at the top of your link into your name, and it was Dick Dawn, but they didn't want that one, they wanted the original one. And I couldn't find it anywhere. I could not find it anywhere. The next question they wanted was, what was the day in the month I started my channel? I mean, I made a channel 6 years before I ever started using it. And what the date was like, don't know. So I was lucky that I went on Facebook and I actually asked people if anybody knew what my URL was and what the date of my channel started. And people actually sent me that information, which is miracle number 2. I don't know how they got it. So if you've got a YouTube channel, make sure you do a screenshot of your URL, your original one, not your custom one, and have a check of the date when you started your YouTube channel, because that's really important what they needed. Then they wanted the link of the last video I put up. I had to do an explanation of what I've done, send them any screenshots that I had. So anyway, filled all that in. It was quite a big thing. Sent it off to YouTube. Anyway, they sent me a thing the next day, which was quite quick, saying that they'd passed it to their investigators and they'd had a look at it, and indeed my channel had been compromised, which was good. So then they wanted me to change this password, change that password, do a load of things, let them know when I'd done it. So I did it. And then on Saturday, while I was at a rally down south on the Isle of Sheppey, sat there, and I get an email off YouTube, and I was sat with Nicola White. So I said to her, shall we look at this email? And he opened it and it said, your channel has now come back. I couldn't believe the eyes. Jumped about anyway. So I told people it had come back. And anyway, when I went back on it, it was in exactly the same state as when it had been hacked. So it was still called Ark Investments. It was still had Bitcoin videos on it. All my playlists had been deleted. All my videos had been unlisted. All the tags on my channel had been changed. So I basically had to try and do as much as I could on my mobile while I was on the rally, which I couldn't do very much. And in the meantime, people were sending me messages saying, Dawn, you've been hacked again. It's all rushed. Oh, I thought, oh my gosh. It was horrendous. Anyway, I come home last night, managed to start the recovery process. I've took all their pictures off. I've started unhiding some. I've started remaking some playlists. But what it will have done to my analytics, I don't know really, till I really get going again. So that's what happened. It was the most terrifying, horrible experience that I think I can ever remember. It was absolutely horrific. I mean, I had to try and be a warrior woman. I didn't cry, didn't fall apart. I went into warrior mode because I knew, even days after, these hackers were trying to still attack my account. So I kept changing my password like something possessed. I didn't sleep for 2 days. I didn't eat for 2 days. I was like, it was like adrenaline was that high. I was like, want a panic attack. It was just awful, awful. I can't tell you. So if you've got a YouTube channel out there, look for them scams. If you get a copyright email, have a look at the top at the address, because when I looked closer at that one, it was a dodgy address. Screenshot when your channel was started and get your original URL, because those are the real key things you need to get your channel back if it goes. So that's it. It's just a quick one, and I just wanted to say welcome back and back. Bear with me if you see anything a bit strange, because I'm still tinkering through all the settings trying to put everything back. But things will be very back to normal very, very soon. Now I have got some videos to edit, but at the minute I'm in crazy rally mode. I was away 4 days at the Isle of Sheppey, and then I've come back yesterday, and I've been at work today, work tomorrow, work Thursday, and then I'm back to Wiltshire. So I'm not really having much time to do any editing, so just bear with me. If you I can't even say it. If you unsubscribed on Monday when you've seen it all change, because I did lose about 250 subs in like that, because people thought it was something else and I panicked. You're very safe and welcome to resubscribe again. So that's it. That was my week from hell. From Monday to Friday was a blur. I don't know what was happening or anything. I just knew that it was the most horrific time in my life. But you say, be positive and it'll come back. I never saw it not coming back. I stayed positive to the end. I always saw it coming back, and it came back. Even though people were sending me messages saying such a body had lost theirs, never got it back. Such a body had got theirs, never got it back. Oh, it's horrendous. Anyway, this is it for tonight. I will edit as soon as I can. But until then, Digger Dawn's back. Right, take more than a Russian hacker to take me out. And the other thing is the security on everything I own now is so high, nobody will ever hack anything ever again. Ever again. So just be careful out there, because they're getting clever. And anyway, this is what I think of hackers.